Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Indie Zone. My name is Kathy. As we are continuing to look at the Affidavit of Probable Cause signed on December 29th, 2022 by Detective Brett Payne, leading to Mr. Kohberger's arrest and prosecution as, according to the state of Idaho and the Moscow Police Department, being the sole defendant responsible for the atrocities that occurred at 1122 King Road almost 3 years ago to the day. Today is November 11th, 2025. A question that we've been thinking about over the course of the past few months has been related to Kaylee's dog, Murphy, and the specific reason why was he removed from the crime scene. Because he was taken out fairly early after the Moscow Police Department arrived on scene at approximately noon, November 13th, 2022. If you read Sergeant Gunderson's report, he was what our research tells us the third officer on scene after Officer Nunez, Officer Warner, then it was Gunderson, and then Corporal Snyder, and then finally Officer Corbin Smith. The Idaho State Police was contacted at approximately 12:22 p.m. by MPD, and it was requested that they provide assistance. They were at 1122 King Road later in the afternoon. If you watch the recent body cam footage, you see members of the ISP arriving with the large truck that they used to help process the crime scene. Crime scene processing at 1122 King Road commenced at approximately 5:24 p.m. That is from a report written by Detective Jeffrey Talbot. By that time, Murphy had already been removed several hours earlier. And if you've seen Murphy, you know that he is a golden doodle. He's got curly hair. He's not a short-haired dog like a dachshund or other breeds. The door was opened, as we learned in the Affidavit of Probable Cause, where Murphy was found, in Kaylee's room. Detective Payne writes that he saw that in Officer Nunez's body cam. So if he was in Kaylee's room where, as far as the public understands, no aspect of the crime happened, why was he removed? Gunderson tells us in his report that he was docile, and if you saw him in the early body cam that was released in images, he appeared to be under a desk at some point when the Moscow Police Department began walking through that crime scene. Wasn't there a thought that there might be some evidentiary value to him, that he might have some DNA on his coat? Murphy, from what we understand, was removed by Sergeant Gunderson, who walked him through the house, brought him outside, and then from there he was taken to the Humane Society. Was he bathed at that point? We don't know. What we do know, according to the reports, is that Officer Rosendahl, without a body cam on him apparently, arrived at the Humane Society and gave the dog to JD, Kaylee's ex-boyfriend, the co-owner of Murphy, there. And then months later, in January, the ISP figured out that it was probably a good idea to clip Murphy after Mr. Kohberger was arrested. Wouldn't it have been better if he had been clipped on November 13th, 2022, and not almost 2 months later? These are opinions that we give pursuant to the First Amendment to the United States Constitution. If you have any thoughts, any opinions, any comments, please leave them here. Until next time, this is Kathy. Thank you for for joining us here today.